Alright, gotta go do some quests. That's why it didn't go. I had another live split screen open. Thanks for the heads up. The areas are super distinct, so you can't get confused. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And not every game has the thumbnail bonus, right? The later Souls games do, I think. That was probably a big advantage with Undertale. Like, the main combat interface was so huge and obvious that you could tell exactly where a player was just by the stream thumbnail. Alright, Gaia's Garden, Royal Grove... Save. Oh yeah, I was doing that hostage minigame and I was kind of bad at it. I want to level up a bit before I do that. I might just go outside and do some XP chaining for a second. Spend, I don't know, 15-20 minutes on it. Get some drops so I can qualify to buy more stuff. Yeah, it's got really good ludonarrative synergy. And the cadence of gameplay versus story is really good as well. Often they're happening at the same time, but sometimes you have mechanics-heavy sections like the dungeons that are followed up by lots of story. But it doesn't feel tiresome like Persona does. I know there's a lot of devs that very intentionally try to get an uptime downtime balance. I think that's been a design goal with Blizzard for a really long time. Diablo, for example. Shit. Oh, that's not jumpable, is it? Need my health to come back anyway. Yeah, I haven't really been through most of this place. I missed the town and looking for the town. Static furball. I don't want that. So those are the electric cats that are actually pretty dangerous. Yeah. This one keeps hammering home that it's an MMO, right? I'm supposed to be a little confused about the specifics, but... It's kind of cool that you can appreciate, like, the discrete scenes on their own. Static furball? Hey, there's one. Does like a gravity attacker, it pulls you in, it's super dangerous. Favorite party member? I only just recruited these two, so I only really had experience with two. I wasn't expecting them to be party members though, it was a pretty cool twist. Made sense in that scene also. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Prey is not a streamable game. I've been having a slump on stream in terms of like average viewers for the last couple months. Depending on what game we're playing, obviously, like Resident Evil 4 is doing fine for the most part. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I think the biggest one is that people don't like hosting reruns, so they drop you from their auto host if you're running reruns. I think that the current viewer count is actually probably more accurate than it was like a year ago. It was padded by 30 channels hosting me for one person apiece. But another part is games like Prey, while they're like super enjoyable, I love Prey, awesome game. not particularly streamable, especially the way I was playing it too. Where it was all about uncovering every chair, right? Same with Deus Ex Human Revolution. Amazing game. Don't watch me play it. I'm having a blast and it's miserable. You mentioned Deus Ex, yeah. Same thing. Tune in randomly to Deus Ex, it just kind of looks like you're sneaking through an office building. Or menuing, right? There's very different styles of storytelling, I guess. I can't quite put my finger on what makes CrossCode work in that respect, and something like Deus Ex not work. Maybe it is just a ludonarrative synergy thing, like there are games where the gameplay and the story are so closely intertwined. I'd say Undertale is probably one of those games. But I wouldn't be surprised if a game like Prey, Dishonored, or Deus Ex was like, you know, the writers put the story together, and then a completely different team was like, okay, what kind of gameplay do we want, you know? Although it's calls. And like hacked terminals. It's interesting because I would say that BioShock is in the same genre as Deus Ex and Prey, but doesn't really have the same problem. Holly's a common name from Paris, didn't you know, Paul? These guys I pretty much have to fight with fire from a distance. Their ability that sucks you in is super dangerous. Yeah. This should be careful, like, the Prey / Deus Ex approach isn't bad, it's different. We were talking about this in Discord recently, that, like, in addition to all of their other features like replayability and difficulty, like, all games have a streamability attribute, and, like, capacity for chat interaction attribute, and, like, ability of chat to simulate what they would do in the same situation attribute. They have those independent of developer intent. They just exist in the game because of whatever they designed. Like Hearthstone is pretty great, pretty streamable, pretty good for chat interaction, pretty good for chat to simulate what they would do. So the action is slow enough that you can kind of look at the same hand and say, I would use this card instead of that card. Dark Souls is great for chat interaction, great for streamability. Maybe not so great for viewers to be like, oh, well, I would have dodged that. Okay, that's helpful. I think there's a way to kill this sloth enemy. I just haven't been fighting it effectively so far.
Try dashing.
Yeah, dashing.
Try tongue. What horse? Really? That holy shit, what the fuck is that?
Ow. I gotta dodge when he uses that. So I can't accrue burn on him during that animation either. interesting that lightning damage is a dot in this. Most of the sloth strat I wouldn't mind knowing at this point. Struggling with them. But you can perfect guard the spin dash. Oh. That's cool. I'll give that a try. It's like Guardians and Breath of the Wild. Difficult, but as soon as you learn the parry trick, they're trivial. Jack's Flame, I needed those too. Okay, burn them down pretty quickly if I'm smart about it. I like how when you slow time during that, it also slows down the encounter timer. They didn't have to do that, but it feels good. Ow. Don't get zapped by those things, they're really dangerous. See if there's another sloth thing. Doesn't look like it. I was wondering if part of the whole like little narrative synergy thing has to do with how many people were involved or like directing the game. Games like Mass Effect that are pretty much Drew Karpyshyn is like the holder of the Bible, makes the final decision on everything from a lore perspective. Doesn't feel like it's a too many cooks in the kitchen sort of a thing. But I feel like the counterexample of that is Metal Gear Solid, which is a total mess and is basically entirely the brainchild of one person. Perfect guard, or it's a perfect guard for you. Interesting. Okay, I have to learn what I can and can't jump on in here. This new tile set. Super pretty tile set. Just unlocking if I time that right. Alright, let me practice this dude. Nope, that was not the right way to do it. Just a block, not a perfect guard. Nice. Feels pretty good to land. Yeah, that makes them way easier. Okay. Some transitions are neat. Get the hell out of there. Glowing sphere is not the item we want from them. The crafting trading system in this game is really cool, but I feel like the attention burden is rather high. Like, keeping track of where all the shopkeepers are, keeping track of where you have to go to get the drops for it. I don't know how you could improve that, if you could improve it. It might not be improvable. And stay within the flavor. Something like unlocking their trade options as recipes and being able to do it from the menu might help a bit. Like, DM them, call them, and make the trade over the phone or something. Then it would be exciting to see them, because each time you talk to somebody, you would... I guess that already happens when you talk to them, it adds it to, like, the encyclopedia or whatever, but... It's not super bad, it's better than, like, Pillars of Eternity or Path of Exile. Part of it, I think, is just make sure you kill a bunch of the enemies in an area and then go up to all the vendors and hope you have all the right ingredients to craft all the things that you want. It starts to feel janky when you don't have all the things you want and you need to go, like, target a specific item. Let's see. This way, maybe? Oh, cool. Interesting. Oh, so, like, if you've thoroughly explored an area, part of your reward is that you don't have to think about the crafting system, right? You have enough of all the items to craft all the stuff you might want. Hey, Scald, how you doing? Oops, I thought that was gonna connect. Did not. I like how the shock kitty hurts you even when you're not aggroed on it. Alpha virus room. Nope. Down and around, maybe? So that's above me, so that's not gonna work. That is also above me. I'm not used to this tile set yet, so I don't really have an intuition for what I can and can't jump on. This seems productive, maybe. Okay. Oh, not if I fall. Get some more practice on this guy. Targeted my ally instead of me. That's fair. Leave Brittany alone. There's the break. So if I burn him down better once he goes down, that helps. This zone is difficult for me because I've kind of focused on a melee style, and almost all the enemies here punish you for being in melee. Let's try this again. Jump up, up. Could probably make that. Okay, cool. Venom shroom. Kitty. Might be as high as I can go from that side, okay. I don't need to get every single chest, but I do want to explore this area a little bit better if I can. Jumping puzzles are still a lot of fun for me. It's above me, right? Oh, wait. I think it is. I'm gonna make one more attempt to just climb along the top here, and if I can't do it, I'll move to the next map. Thinking it's that, but that's too high, right? It's also too high. If I get to this group of mushrooms. Here, and then here. Oh, I think it's just... No, you can't make that from there. It's gotta be from this one. From the room to the west, maybe. Can I get there yet? Okay, I think I can. I think it's all accessible from a different entrance, is why that was tripping me out. Practice, please. Just in case the boss requires a perfect parry. Those cats are so fast, Jesus. So I've got aggro. There it is. Perfect. Much better. About to go badly though. Oh god. Might have enough static furballs to get that upgrade from the first screen. Hop over to it real quick before I try to find this jumping puzzle. Cool. It's one of the first level ups I can remember that was from grinding mobs rather than from quest completion. Might be a warp there. Wait. Oh no, there totally is. I'm just super far away. This is the one. Twitching Slicer. Attack plus 19. What does Assault do? Additional projectiles when using melee attacks with a fraction of the attack strength. Defense up will be nice also. Now that affects all of your attack, right? Your melee and your range attack. Those aren't separate stats in this game. Yeah, I can definitely. It's hitting harder now. So there's a lot of enemies in this game that follow the enemy design philosophy of destroy them really quickly and they're no threat, but let them sit for more than a few seconds and they completely knock you out. the Mario 3 Boom Boom. Just jump on him 3 times in a row before he can even sprout his wings and he's trivial. Let him get in the air and they're gonna have a bad time. Raw stats are impactful. Nice, Johan. See which Blue Apron recipe we're making tonight. Okay, so I think it's... we want to go through this room. I can never tell when I play different games, like, are the stats a suggestion in this game, or do they just find everything? And is, like, +1 attack a big deal, or mild? I feel like stats in Final Fantasy generally don't matter. And they do at very large differences, but if you get an item that gives you, like, +5 attack, you're not really going to feel that in combat most of the time. Final Fantasy is also set up so that if you're exploring dungeons and not running away from combat, you'll always be, like, on curve. Merging shopping with crafting is interesting in that respect. Because they only have one currency with which to buy upgrades, you can be pretty certain whether the player's going to have that currency or not. Can't be so sure if the player has, like, you know, 4 out of 5 of the things they need to be on curve again. I got that problem with Skyline chili. It's the Ohio delicacy of chili with spaghetti. I can't get it here, but I ordered the chili shipped to me from Amazon. I always just want to eat the whole thing in one go. I can't save any leftovers. It'd be pretty rough if we skipped the side content. Yeah, I can see that. Rough isn't, like, difficult to just get by, right? It's kind of expecting you to do the side quests. Well, that sucks. Fall from there, it's kind of a pain to get back up. More practice, please. Oh, nice break. Peanut butter sandwiches with chili? I haven't had that. I do grilled peanut butter, which people have told me I'm crazy for, instead of grilled cheese. Okay, I'm like guarding a second too early. Gotta wait a little bit longer. There it is. I can see that being good, though. Chain break. Right on. Party members don't gain XP in this game, right? They're just on curve with you. appear to have XP bars. It's a very specific way of phrasing it. But is it real? Oh, there's a cave over here. Instance cave. I've basically been having to solo these things because they keep getting in melee range and getting wrecked by that electricity ability. Oh, I see. That's cool. Oh, I guess it's that way so that I don't have to use all of my energy and trigger an overload. That's smart. I'm like, why is there a fire thing here? That's so unusual. Oh, cool. I can break those. Makes sense. And I can turn them back on. Sure. That's smart. Ouch. Just gotta be really precise with my jumps here. Perforated top hat. Sweet. What the hell is this thing? Doesn't like the kitties, apparently. When is the first day of autumn? Is it like September 20th or something? In the Northern Hemisphere. Apologies to Propagable and her ilk. Ow, 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 ow. God, I'm gonna die. Just kill them? Forget seasons or everything until it's too hot to wear what you always wear. Oh, this is interesting. Ha! I dig it. So they re-freeze it. That's a neat mechanic. You all the way back when you fall. Okay. Ouch. That was cute. A little shortcut. This game is nice for the most part. don't think that matters yet. Can't really see a map of this place. I think this is a ricochet thing. Maybe I can just make it from the ground floor all along? No, it's not quite. It's just barely out of my range. You gotta have more height, right? Oh, never mind. That's cool. Hey, these guys, but on the other side now. They're crazy bullet hell attacks. Ow, 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 ow. Put me at the entrance to this room. Thanks, game. Oh wow, that has a lot of kitties. And when it's kitties alone, I'm screwed. It's cool that they established really early that those two enemy types hate each other. I'm gonna break that icy wall alone. Report back to Mrs. Boston, base and keep. Makes us extra thankful for the shortcut. Basin Trader HQ. It's west. Yo. You made progress in your assignments. And secure only some of the machines before that criminal snow creature blocks your way. An apparent Karoto from Bergen Trail invading Gaia's garden to steal cooling devices? This is outrageous. Oh, it's the end of the quest. Interesting. Yeah, I like it. There's a lot of cool, like, art attention to detail in this game. Like, it starts by looking kind of like an RPG Maker game, and then you start to play it more, you're like, this is not an RPG Maker game at all. Let me try doing this hostage thing now that I've done the combat for a little while. I think the problem is that you can shoot the hostages, right? Getting behind them is not important. As long as you don't shoot the hostage. Oh wait, maybe it's shot? I'm not clear. Maybe I like hit it with my blade or something? I think they're trying to set you up to do like a ricochet thing. Elevation's a little rough on these guys too. This is where we died last time. Don't shoot the hostage on accident. Okay, that went much better. How do I sneak my way at this one? Perfect. First try. It was a lot of trouble last time. Now that I know that I can actually shoot them, the hostages, it makes more sense though. They run away as soon as you distract them too, which is good to know. But I had to like completely kill them without getting too close to them. Are there any attacks that cover multiple elevations? Lack of a better word. I'm wondering if that flame cannon attack can hit on level and above a level. That's a lot of hostages. Takes reduced damage from everything. Probably weak against lightning or something. Didn't mean to hit that hostage. Sorry, hostage. I never meant to hurt you. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Careful shooting that direction, right? Still a hostage over there. Warning bird noises. Hostages are saved, just need to win now. Hooray! It's a lot of bird gangsters. This is the Super Mario Kart boss theme, right? I'm gonna die. Hopefully I start back from this encounter when I do die. Yep. Oh, lame. Alright, I gotta be better at that then. I could try that next time. I just gotta learn to fight these guys better because I feel like they're invincible half the time I'm fighting them. Tried blocking that, did not work. Hey Ben, how are you? Are you quite little? So I can get a break off with a regular melee attack. It's good to know. Try this again. Let's see. Try proccing region food now. Whoa, that's not good at all. One is dead. Get cat cam Ben here. It's being cute. That's right, Ben. This is a two-handed game. I can't really give you lots of attention. These are the region food tips that help a lot. Alright. Water region's already pretty good. Stack them together. Ben is a kitty. He's a little guy. Finally, you're back. Basin Police Force HQ. The leftmost building here, right? This is the quest hub, so it's a different house. Oh, it must be down and left. This is the song that really reminds me of Timber, Final Fantasy VIII. No, this guy's Gardeners. I do kind of wish that the map would show where I am on it. It's just nice that there's even a map at all to help you find your way around, but... So it's between the Seeker's Hub and that building? No owls here. What is it with Sakaguchi and missing owls? It shows up in like 3 games. Give me that smug face, Seeker. Let's get the negotiations, starting an office brawl around the hostages. You're a loose cannon, Seeker. How do you justify destroying a multi-million-dollar mini-mall to save a girl who's ransomed with only a few $1,000s? Fuck you, lady! Sucky, she's always been a hoot. Alright, Ben. Turn off the cat cam. You're continuing to be very cute, though, off camera. People can just use their imagination. Oh. Headbutt the controller. He recognizes that it's what's preventing him from getting more attention. There's another melee power down here. I'm okay with conditional buffs when it's that big of a buff. 40% extra damage is kind of crazy. I want an enhanced ranged art if there is one. There might not be one though. All the way at the end of this path. I like all of those words. Fire, destructive laser. 2 CP. Okay. Take a sand and do massive damage with 3 frozen stars. See how much of this game I can play one-handed while I pet Ben. Ben, you should do this when I'm playing RuneScape in the morning. Pet you and play RuneScape all day. Delinda in Royal Grove and Gaia's Garden. Enter the Grubby Cave and Calm Backyard in northwestern Gaia's Garden. Royal Grove. Calm Backyard. 4 more Jack's Flames. Defeat quests. These are all subquests, right? Have I run into the Galerics yet? That don't sound familiar. Like it's not Behemoth, it's Beheslith. And Mercy Probes. It means less to Ben if it's less of an annoyance, I see. I understand how cats think. Classic WoW as a Warlock is zero-handed game half the time. And that's the dream with RuneScape, it seems like. You're trying to find what are called AFK-able skills. It's actually kind of an interesting game design. Like, it's super easy to make fun of RuneScape, I think, but there's something there where, like, you can pay more attention and get slightly more efficient XP per hour. And they're like, that'll actually be part of their design space. Like, well, we added this skill, And we recognize that the XP per hour is slightly higher, but you have to pay way more attention than you used to. It's like, okay, it's fair. Wait 10 seconds, do your taxes. 4 refined metal, I don't think I'm gonna be able to swing that. It's a pretty big upgrade though, 55 defense. And lightning resistance in an area that has all lightning damage. Let's see if I can make it happen, hold on. I guess I was able to swing it, just barely. Burned through all my items, but... Electrician's cap. So all of my remaining quests, if I'm reading them correctly, are in Gaia's Garden. So I want to look at the map. Spinning stumps. There's several zones I still haven't been to. Old timber. Probably in the zones I haven't been to. Fedora. Yeah. $50K to $500K. Interesting. Some of the stuff I've done in RuneScape that's active is pretty fucking active. Like clicking every 0.6 seconds or faster. And doing so precisely. This place is neat. Shads are experts in wooden constructions. It's a cool secret there. Secret-ish. Shortcut, maybe? And as soon as combat starts, I won't be able to pet you anymore. So my hand's getting really warm. Also, you're the only cat I've ever met that likes belly rubs. Every other cat tries to murder you if you touch their stomach. Sometimes, yes. Ben just defaults to it and he like expects that that's what you're gonna do. What's the name of this map? Burdaville East, not where it might be. Oh, cool. Legendary Explorer Trophy. See if I can do this without disturbing him. He's really cute right now. He's so curled up. Alright, my left is the camera's right. Got it. very cute, Ben. You're Andrew's little guy. Yeah, I think we're at 6,500 hours of games so far. I don't know, I have to double check the numbers before I go to TwitchCon. Once the once the RuneScape playthrough is published, what percentage of the total stream time is that going to represent? 7%, I think. Okay. What's the name of this map? Chieftain. I thought one of them was here. No. Calm Backyard, Royal Grove. Oh, I'm pretty speed up. Like, how many actual hours did I play it for? With speed ups, I think it's going to be about 70 to 100 hours. Brought black monsters into our land. Way to go. Create us all this house to keep fiends here. Yeah, so where the hell did my party members go? There they are. Oh, I can't climb up that. Okay. Or up that. I'm guessing I have to come back here later. Assuming that those like green floaty orbs are gonna interact with the elemental power that I get in this this world. They said I could pretty much go straight to the dungeon, right? I'm gonna wait to do exploring until then. I think I'm caught up a bit on levels and stuff now. So let me finish opening all the map areas that I haven't been through yet. We're calling beating RuneScape, getting the quest cape. I think that's a pretty good tour of most, or a good chunk of the unique content in the game. There's more to do after that, good. Can I do combat entirely with one hand? Probably not. I'm gonna try though. This is all for your sake, Ben. Do you even know what I put up with for you? Just because you want snuggles? That was pretty sweet. So I doubled down on a single target attack. Oh! Those guys are Final Fantasy bombs, got it. I think I just killed them before they could trigger that ability last time. That's interesting. I can aim something after I start holding down the super move. I didn't realize this, so I guess I thought when you press the super move button, you had to be pressing it along with like a direction or with a bullet. But instead it's like you hold it down and then you can change it to a projectile. Or I'm guessing you can change it to a dash move. It doesn't lock in what move you're doing until the end of the slowdown, I think. Huh. Why is this closed off? Is this closed off by like the Shad people village? Am I able to get in there right now? I'm guessing the answer is no. Close off that plot. Okay, thank you. So this is probably the last space I haven't been able to fully explore. West, southwest, or southwest-west. Let's use southwest-west if it lets me. It's a SP. This one we already went, so let's try going west again instead. I really wish they would make Crossworlds into a real MMO. I would play the shit out of it. Especially with his art style. I feel like it would be great to have more 2D MMOs in general. That was the one that I played in middle school the most. It was this Korean title called Nexus, kind of like Ragnarok. It'd certainly be cheaper. Probably have to make the gameplay pretty different though. I don't know, this is a little bit too precise for multiplayer. Hey, thanks Dividend. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll hit you up for your sub-block choice. Wet passage.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Point to this song, but I'm petting my cat. New one to me, I need to... Sorry, Ben. Can't keep petting you for a moment. This is not the one for the quest. Just run away from me? Interesting. Oh, there's the thing that I needed that I didn't have before. Galeric. Beware of their team attacks, it says. Okay, so that definitely does not hit across multiple elevations. You can't have an RPG without good old blobs. I know that's right. Okay, so they make a honest effort to escape from you, it looks like. Nice. They're not like a magic pot or something similar, or a metal slime, but... Covert path. I feel like this map is a lot larger than some of the earlier zones. Maybe it's not. Alright, I'm on the top. I can turn off this gate. That's helpful. Like 7 Galeric kills, right? Veteran Huntress. Do you think my party members are involved? it was Prey recently, we were talking about how games are doing a really great job at like effortless diversity. Benedict, what just happened? Why did the game lock up? That was weird. But I think in general, like, designers are still more appropriate, including lesbian relationships than they are gay male relationships. I haven't seen too many in video games. I guess Mass Effect. Approach. Here we go. Well, we'll do the temple if we can't do the rest of it. I kind of want to get the progression upgrade so we can explore this area fully in one go instead of doing like half of it and then coming back with the ability. I'm happy with the number of quests we've done so far. Excited for new puzzles. Humans of Poison Great Jungle. Block entrance for all the save jungle. Oh, you get to the mayor or whatever, and they're like, hey, just go in. There's no side quest to unlock the dungeon. Locked a path to Grand Crystal. No seeker can progress further. I'm not sure what to do. Fate won't let us reach the temples just yet. Seek an audition with the mayor. There's a warp right there. Mayor was... not in the calzone shop, that's for sure. Maybe it was a secret hub. That was weird. Who was that? Society's been far more accepting of fetishization of lesbian relationship than it has with separating enough from bigoted toxicity. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was thinking too. I think you can cynically say that the increasing inclusion of lesbian relationships in video games is because of the fetishization elements. You have to listen to me, Mayor Sullivan. Things are about to escalate. I'm okay with talking about it here because it's coming up in these sorts of games, right? It was just coming up quite a bit in Prey, actually. Right, Propagable. Yeah, that's fair. They're just in a relationship. Oh, so holy track. Sheds heard a protest in front of the Grand Crystal as we speak. You wild people come around with your petty problems. I'm supposed to spare some guards for you. Yo, I'm trying to get into the dungeon. Can I fix your problem for you? I am getting into side quest after all. That's pretty great. I like the bait and switch they pulled. The formula. What a dick. I love Apollo's dialogue, he's great. What's up? Tension between humans and Shad around here is as bad as it gets. Doesn't really help that the mayor is acting so selfishly. Tara spends a large amount of time with humans, and she speaks much better than the other Shad. Road is attacked by strange black cats. They've already pushed us out of the north side. Power plant is disrupting the track. So I don't know if I'm supposed to know this at this point in the story. We've said before that it's kind of hard to tell what's like cross-worlds lore, what's like part of the MMO in the game, what's outside the world, and what's like on this actual planet that the MMO is set on. Right, we're on an actual planet with actual interesting ancient technology, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure that the Shad are just like instant matter giving out quests. Sure, Renegade interrupt. I did already unlock it. Clever use of sign language, and the NPC even recognized it. Okay, so she is an NPC, which means the Shad are probably almost all NPCs. I actually just got that unlocked, so that's super convenient. Done the Paragon Interrupt hug a couple times in this game. With cats. Those tries further ahead of Cheeston. The mini boss. The mini boss to unlock the dungeon. I do see that house. Overrun by black cats, it has valuable treasure. What lets us sneak our way around the guards? Grab my stone key. Thanks. Have to fight those kittens, right? Kittens are a true threat to those villagers. Oh, but they aggro you. I was like, I won't attack them if they leave me alone. There aren't too many enemies in this game that like straight up aggro you. At least not in the open world. This is kind of like a mini dungeon. Even if it's outdoors. Good. There's an actual physical key on the ground instead of a chest. We had about a 4-hour session of Factorio a while ago. I think it's on YouTube. I'd be down to play more of it though. Like, every programmer's nightmare is spaghetti code in front of an audience, right? Probably have to watch the VOD to catch up, but if you want that to be your sub-block, I'm down. Yo, I got your key. Clean river. Hidden passage of the Clinging River. Oh, here we go. I was worried it was closer to the dungeon. In this dungeon I might get the gold key, maybe? Rock black monsters into our land. Alright, so I need to go all the way around. West, north, north. Oops. Come on. Oh, and equip the thing that had me dash 4 times in a row. What was that? Is it a weapon or a helmet or something? Must have been boots, right? Extra dash, yeah. Had a nice little muscle memory, too. Oh, wait, did I technically go north on the way up there? Oh, it starts to go west, then it exits north, I see. Down through this way, I see. This tribe is not on friendly terms with humankind. Thanks, Apollo. The walk animations for the NPCs in this game remind me a lot of Secret of Mana. Color palette here actually reminds me a lot of Secret of Mana. Really gotta play Seiken Densetsu 3 since it finally got an official localization, right? After all this time. I think I've started that game like maybe a dozen times. Trying to find people to play the translated ROM with online over ZSNES Netplay. Cool. Better a lot of wickets. Glowing pole. Do I have to fight the kittens again? This game is cruel. We haven't done Diddy's Conquest on stream yet. I have played it off stream, but a long time ago. It's definitely one of the greatest games of all time. I've told this story before, but Donkey Kong Country 2, if you've seen the movie Inside Out, they talk about like the concept of having a core memory. a really important one that is like a benchmark for other memories. For some reason, I have this core memory of renting Donkey Kong Country 2, looking at the title screen where it says copyright 1995 and saying, huh, 1995. It is that year, isn't it? Just stupid fucking thing. And I could like try to relate the release of pretty much everything else to Diddy's Conquest. Final Fantasy VII came out 2 years after Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, blockbuster. Matrix came out 4 years after. Ouch. They must have churned out DKC 3 really quickly. I rented that one too, but didn't get past the first level. I like the first world. Going pull, they say. I don't think I've noticed NPCs eat food before, that's cool. It's tough. Square Enix for a while, I feel like they had a reputation like Nintendo that their first party releases, not just what they published, but what they put out was the best of the best. I guess that's true for Squaresoft and Enix as separate entities. I don't think that's necessarily been true for Squeenix. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll set you up, I'll add it onto the list, and you'll get drawn probably somewhat soon. I'm doing some extra subblock streams next week, so I'll announce the schedule in Discord, see when we'll be playing it. Okay, don't drop down there. Fortunately, they're all dead now. Too bad I didn't like already open a shortcut. I guess now I know where that was taking me this whole time. Oh, there was a jump pad? Shit. I'll also get the VOD on YouTube promptly. Made a jump pad somewhere. Do I have to like cross lily pad somewhere to get to it? Oh, around the back corner. Thank you. I didn't see that at all. I was wondering what that switch did. Appreciate it. It's probably the house we need to get into there. I guess I gotta get there now. Squeenix is doing a, oh my gosh, we already have all these products and we can make more money out of them if we just release them on other platforms, right? and they're not really putting the care into the ports, I guess. There was some icky microtransaction stuff that I know they added into like the Steam version of some of these games. Nintendo's doing that too in their new Virtual Console implementation. It's got like a built-in Game Genie. It's weird. I kind of get it, especially for NES games where they're super old and they're not hard because they're meant to be difficult. They're hard because game design wasn't very good yet. I didn't even know Chrono Trigger got a PC port. Is it the DS version with the anime cutscenes and stuff? And then the goofy new boss that ties into Chrono Cross? The game that was totally meant to be a Chrono Trigger sequel? Doki Doki Chrono Cross. So many video games that are like that. I can't think of too many movies other than Die Hard 3. Or Doki Doki Panic, like Star Fox Adventures thing. Maybe it's happened and we just don't know about it, that it was like someone else's script that got adapted onto a known IP. For the mobile version, or down to the DS version. Only after smartphones became a thing that their ports sucked. Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. Very mysterious. Pitch bends on your bass instrument are very Yasunori Mitsuda thing to do too. Wow. Below the Chief's house. Sounds like something humans could do. Let's go tell our Eldris. How do they make a 5GB and put our worst version 10 years later? I wonder, is it just an attitude of... Mobile games just... I have an icky feeling about them in general, and I've played a couple of polished ones, but... Like, there's nothing about the platform that says your game has to be unpolished. Actually, the mobile port of old school RuneScape is pretty perfect. Price expectation. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe the price needs to go up outside of sales. Yeah, you're almost certainly right. Mine for Fish. I'm sure that's exactly what's happening. But it's the BRC team. They're not being given enough money to do it because they know it's just going to sell regardless. I think when Final Fantasy VI was priced out on mobile, that's a pretty awful port. It was like $25 or something. It was really crazy for a mobile game, and it probably deserved for Final Fantasy VI, but I don't feel like they spent $25 worth of effort on porting it. The Tactics mobile port's good? Interesting. It's War of the Lions, right? Maybe sans the frame rate issue from the PSP. I guess probably the problem with mobile is the thing that Nintendo fixed back in the 80s, right? Like, when the Atari first came out, the video game crash happened because there was, like, basically zero quality control, so the earliest video games were very similar to the current flooded mobile marketplace, where everyone was just trying to pump out shitty cartridges as fast as possible to make a quick buck. And the crazy thing Nintendo did was the Nintendo seal of quality, where they were like, you cannot make a cartridge for our system until you've passed a certain set of criteria by us. And some of their criteria was silly, and a lot of the games were still kind of bad, but it was significantly better than what we were seeing with the crash. Then Nintendo kind of like dropped that with the Wii. I remember feeling so much dismay when I would go to like Walmart and I would look at the video game shelf and just the amount of Wii shovelware. Super low effort, like grandma bait. Your grandma's supposed to buy this for her kid because she doesn't know any better. Oh, Night Fort. That's that kid that that game Johnny likes. Mortal Kombat. I've talked to the Elder before. Vertiville West. Okay, that's where we are. Ported from PC. Yeah. Might explain why old school RuneScape is like flawless. I just fixed the Black Monsters problem. It's cool. Hey, here we go. What do you want, child? What is human doing here? But cats are history. Seekers help get rid of the infestation. Work with humans against my will? Oh. Being with cats will be no solution for long. As long as humans poison jungle, our struggle will continue. You helped Shad. For that we are thankful. I wish your kindness was more common for your kind. Oh yeah, it was totally because of kindness. I will order Shad to free way to Sacred Temple. Should your poisoning continue on Wicat's return, there'll be no more compromises. A few human credits. Thanks, Apollo. I've definitely played MMOs with people like Apollo. You tried to join those conversations, they just ignored you. Assume that you guys lead as the party leader, and the NPCs expect her to not answer in the first place. Seems you lightened up a little. Thanks, guys. It was super nice of you to adventure with me. Did not expect this turn of events. It seemed to go along quite well. More spooky dreams. Oh, hey. Is it the real him or robot him? Uh-huh. Poor Leah. So I really like the emotional arc of this game because you can completely understand why she's feeling the way she is despite being a silent protagonist, just based on the things that have occurred. Don't like when games try to like emotionally manipulate you. This person's depressed for no reason. It's like, and not like they have, you know, medical depression. Isn't this situation so sad? Don't you feel sad? Like, this game doesn't do that. It feels earned. Satoshi, maybe? Let's see. Some kind of hidden location in Sapphire Ridge. They placed it in the playground to properly test them. Similian Wasteland, which seems to be used for that. Place like that in Sapphire Ridge as well. Hey, he doesn't seem pissed off. I did do the first mandatory quest. Sure. Hurry up, I can give you another word soon. It's such a plot contrivance, but I love it. They can only add like one word at a time. Alright, Rite of passage, here we go. Good to see you again. Aw. Aw. Good for you, Tron. Did you intentionally leave the raid? Was it something you wanted to do? No. Like, raid drama is a real thing. It's so real, unfortunately. That's why I don't fuck around with that kind of content in MMOs anymore. RuneScape is great because I can do basically everything by myself. Couldn't reach you for a week. Was that intentional? All these things that happen are not something you wanted to happen. Is that correct? The whole thing with Lucas, what was that about? Did you miss us? Aw. Aw. That was a good animation. Yay! Friendship is magic. Man, Citron needs to be a therapist. For people who can only say like 5 words. Be a fun exercise to do a therapy session that's all just yes, no, 20 questions. Is the thing that's upsetting you bigger than the bread box? Vegetable or mineral? Oh, it's really bad, Aki. I don't want to talk about it too much during other games. Did you just reconcile with them again? That was quicker than I expected. Here's a new word for you. Sorry. About time. Thought it might have helped. I know it's too late now. Oh, I love this game. I think the actual game does a really good job. Like, the game CrossCode does a really good job with naming stuff. Crossworlds, all of the names for zones and temples and stuff are like gibberish with apostrophes. I think that's by design. Punch more parrots. Now seen 3 or 4 hugs in video games that have really worked for me. There's a Paragon Interrupt hug in Mass Effect 2? The Tali that I thought was really great. If you watched the Undertale speedrun that closed out GDQ a couple of years ago, it's the hug the goat chant. That one was pretty good. Middle of the lake. There's a lot about this game that feels familiar without being a ripoff, and like the character focus is one of those things. A lot of Western indie games I've played are very heavily like setting focused. Like Prey is a great game, but Prey, and it's not an indie game, but it is a Western game. Prey is very much, this is the setting. Yeah, wait. She'll wait for us at the end of the race. Yeah, that's almost a sentence. You wish. Bring her up here, maybe? That was cool. Oh, that's because this one's ice. Yeah. Write your characters, put them in a situation, and then ask what would these characters do in this situation. Well, this is a cool way to introduce the lightning element at the beginning. The Office style, basically. I think The Office is an example of one of the best character-directed dramas. Actually, it seems like Breaking Bad was mostly written that way, too. If they had a general idea of where they wanted to go with things, they pretty much just asked, like, what would Walt do in this situation? What would Jesse do in this situation? This sounds almost exactly like a song in Final Fantasy X. Or at least that loud bell sound in the background. Interesting. I'm like filling a lightning rod. Chronopolis does that too, doesn't it? We've heard it before, haven't we? Was it in Vermilion Wastes, maybe? Oh, that's interesting. It follows walls. I was like, what else do they have to do with the other elements? Character doesn't want to do that. I guess Breaking Bad was like surprisingly pantsed. Like, they did a really good job of making it seem like they had planned the whole thing out all along, but they made a surprising amount of it up as they went along. And to shoot it multiple times to power it up is kind of interesting too. Okay, so I think there's something I still need to learn about how the lightning works. I can let it sit and then move it. I see. That's cool. Interesting. Oh, I think I understand. That's cool. It's cool that it's using an existing level element, right? We already have these switches that raise and lower walls. They don't have to add... Like, they had to add the lightning rod as a switch to exit with the lightning thing, but there's, like, other level design pieces that they can combine things with. It's the braid approach to level design, where it's like you just start with the idea... okay, so you rewind time. What if there are things that are immune to time travel? And then you can design levels by just saying, what if the hero is immune to time travel? What if a key is immune to time travel? What if a door is immune to time travel? Here it's like, okay, you've got this lightning rod. What are all of the other design elements we've added, and how can lightning interact with all of them in an interesting way? Creates a puzzle. I'm using the phrase creative scaffolding recently. It's very useful. It's a way to limit yourself, help you come up with ideas. There's a lot of great Mario Maker levels that do exactly that. You pick one element and see how it can interact with all the other elements in the stage. Click your link in a sec. Let me finish this fight. Your homing attack is a pain in the butt. Mark. I think I meant to shield it. Oh, the Chrono Cross theme. Chronopolis. Ooh, magnets. That would make Andrew very happy. Any game that acknowledges the electricity and magnetism are the same thing. She gets very physics happy. Let's see. Cool. There's some cool puzzles they can do with that too. Interesting. I really love how they introduced this as well. You have no choice but to see how the first magnet works. Now you're moving blocks to do the same thing. I like how there's a track in the level on the floor so you can see where you need to place the block too. Much attention to detail. I think the jumping puzzles are my second favorite part of this game, and the dungeons are also my favorite. I can't pick a favorite. This game is like perfect. There's a few mild quality of life things that they could probably add. Alright, doy. Huh. Interesting. I think they want me to backtrack, but yeah, that's what these walls are for, to keep me from trying to do that. This might be just like a specific ricochet that I'm trying to go for. Maybe. There it goes. Less complicated than I was making it. Get a shortcut. Is this dungeon an amazing place? We're below a lake and there's water everywhere. Aren't you supposed to complain about water pressure or something? I'm sure they have a technology to create a separate circulation of water below a lake. Nice. Ooh. Slightly differently colored slime. It's interesting we don't see the slimes until like 25 hours into the game, though. Ooh, what's them working together? Cranium rats. One key. I love that even the keys are projectiles. It's such a cool idea. Okay, so now we've got mini lightning rods. Oh, they're like a guide? That's interesting. I do really like that you have to do a charge shot. Oh, they're a guide and they direct lightning from a larger rod. Gotcha. I like that they have the concept of the rapid shots versus the charge shot, because like it would be really easy to screw this up and just keep accidentally shooting it, but you have to wait and do a charge shot to use it precisely. Smart, I think. Okay. Oh. The rods are on top of the blocks, and they just taught us about the blocks interacting with the magnets. Very cool indeed. What distance they need to have, I wonder. So can they cover height? Oh, that's fun. Okay. Just curious. Do both at the same time? Oh, right, because they just taught me about the small ones carrying the signal. So I have to find a way to shoot it once. Carry the signal to all three locations. That's just gonna get stuck forever. Okay, so it has to eventually hit one of those. Oh wait, does this persist forever? Until I move it. A little bit quicker with triggering this, it looks like. Oh, and I see these little, like, diamonds. We actually don't want those. They suck in the electrical energy, so it can't just loop around the room forever. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to find some way to hit both of these guys. Right. I think these are the exit pylons, though. It's going to have to be ricocheting off of the floating platforms. Maybe it's not necessary that I do it simultaneously, I just have to have a bridge in between them here. And I need to, it takes a while for the lightning rod to charge. I want them to be as close to that position as possible, where they're next to each other. Oh, and it can travel over it, okay. I thought it was going to block the beam if I shot it right when it was on there. There it is, okay. Probably more like here, maybe? You get an intuition for the range on the lightning. Very cool indeed. Yeah, getting that timing right is it's gonna be completely calculated when we get it right. Too late. Those are cool puzzles. They feel very different from the fire and ice puzzles. I was getting worried that the fire and ice puzzles are going to be like, or that everything after the fire and ice puzzles are going to be, oh, it's a fire puzzle, but with ice, but with lightning, but with wind. I feel like their reaction to break is interesting compared to other enemies. They do like a counterattack as soon as you break them or something. It's like a fake break. Manta Ray Shadow, what's that? Maybe whatever I can do in this room is going to require that I actually have the lightning element first. Somewhat temporary? Totally temporary. Oh, interesting. Just an on-off switch. Oh, that sends it down too, doesn't it? Okay. How does lightning interact with our existing mechanic? Tower that shoots things up and down. Awesome. These puzzles are like crazy good. I'm into this stuff. You start looping around that, right? That's cool. This one, you got the guide on the floor again. Nice. I do like little holes that trap the electricity. Wonder if they specifically asked for Chronopolis. This composer just really likes Yasunori Mitsuda. Alright, let's see. Huh. Can I cover the holes? That work? Don't think so. I need it for the ricochet. Get it moving onto the wall, I guess. As soon as I move it, I lose it. Okay. Well, I need to figure out what the pillars are for. Oh, I think I know, actually. One goes like here, so that the lightning travels up around it, and then I kick it this way. And one goes here for the same reason. Hence the tracks. Gotta aim this better first. But then I have to be ready to hit this one right away, okay. Which is why it loops around and gives me a chance to repair it. Ah! Get it this time. Cool. I love the spiral design to all the puzzles too, that there's always a shortcut at the end that goes back to the entrance door. This is interesting. Nice. Good way to explain how we're supposed to fight these things once we actually get access to our own lightning powers, right? It heals when it's underground. Okay. If I can just hit it normally with lightning now. It needs to be one of the big ones. I can take damage from the lightning pillars too, good to know. There we go. Just don't die in the process. I love the way this game teaches you things is effortless. It never jumps into a goofy tutorial. Outside of maybe the very opening parts, But like, that one is a tutorial in universe as well. So it's not as cheesy. I like that it teaches you before the fight begins, and then you immediately have to activate it again once it's dangerous. It's pretty awesome. It's like we went from an era of zero tutorials, RTFM, to really excessive hand-holding in video games, like the Skyward Sword problem of calling you on your video game cell phone a million times to tell you what to do next. Kind of like dialing it back more to this, where it's just like you know what to do because of the layout of the level. It's elegant. So definitely played modern games with excessive tutorials. Ocarina did the tutorial there the next 4 games. Yeah, I don't think that's inaccurate. This is a complicated room. I should figure out what the hell I'm doing. Power this thing first, presumably. Okay, I think I see. Let's me jump here. This is actually a kind of a variant of the one we just did. I want to turn the other ones off, I guess? Oh. Interesting. Right, because it'll loop around that little thing forever. I think they got the lifetime on those things just right. How long the directors are up. Not down. Sweet. See what I'm talking about? Now it's ice level. Lightning level, but what if there's ice? We haven't seen a lot of the bombs come back. Maybe the bombs have limited utility in combining with other things. Interesting. Oh. Does it just travel through the water, I wonder? Huh. What about if it's frozen? How is it different? It bounces off instead of traveling along? No, it still travels along. Well, I guess I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to do that. One of them I'm supposed to do that on, the other one I'm supposed to do the opposite on. Okay, that's cool. This is pretty great. If this is frozen, what happens? What happens if I destroy it? It continues traveling along this previous arc. Okay. Okay, I see. So no ice in this one. This is actually a steam puzzle. I can probably activate that earlier. Okay, but I need it to be like while it's pointing at an angle. Blow up the pillar, shoot this thing, shoot that guy. That's pretty awesome. It's elegant too, right? Because we had already established the ricochet water ice platforms. They didn't have to add a new level element, they could just reuse one. It still involves player input. Okay. Whoever was the puzzle designer for this game, they must have had a blast. I wonder how like tested this was, but from other people. Well, they had a couple puzzles that I was like really truly stuck on. I like how they can use like the golf holes to direct how you solve stuff, how you're supposed to solve stuff. Oh right, I can't shoot it through that thing. Oh, that one reforms quickly, okay. It's one. Oh, but I have to. Oh, seriously? But how? Can I activate both of them at the same time with only a single? This isn't meant to be able to get out of there. I guess there's a second thing out here. If that matters, how can it matter? This one's very tricky. I wonder if we can activate the pylon. Well, let me try something. Not that. I only have it going up, down here. Oh, I think I know what it is. This is interesting because this is different from previous mechanics. Clever. Okay. I think because it was technically turning left when it was going this way, I was trying to get it to go down. I can have multiple balls running at the same time, right? They don't last forever, though. Okay. They just last a really long time. Like, it's impossible for me to have two. This can't be what they expect from me. Shit. Shit. Okay. I gotta be ready to go there. Oh, that's great. I love when you get a puzzle, you come in and just like, this is clearly impossible. That was one of those for me. Baba is you puzzles. I'm weirdly empowered to find the solution once I feel that it's impossible. Super rude. Hmm. Shit. Not so great. Heal when they're under there, which is the worst. Try to kill one of them before it despawns here. I like how these ones have a rapid fire element too, where almost all of the other, well, fire and ice generally wants you to do an aim shot rather than rapid fire or anything. There's different mechanics on the lightning one. If there's an appropriate element to want you to fire at it rapidly, it's lightning. Alright. 1, 2, 2. Oh, I might be pretty close to getting my firepower up, I've been holding out for. This one. Cool. I use that fire throw art a lot, so... Can I get it into it? I think I already know what they want me to do with this one. We'll see if I'm right. I think they want me to turn on both of the magnets so it's in the center. It's crazy. I guess I can't activate them both permanently. That's not really how the magnets work, so it's not quite the answer. I probably need to move it. So it ends up hitting both of them. Nice. Okay. Launchy thingy. Magnets everywhere. I want to talk to a scientist. Okay, so the whole thing can move on a square track. Like, quickly maneuver it so that it touches all of the pylons. It might be hard to do without a mouse, but... This seems like a dexterity room. I see, I think. There has to be one there at that point. I'm probably gonna have to move it throughout the whole thing, but I'm gonna try some different solutions first. Oh, sure. So it has to be here first. Okay, so now I need to move it, move it, move it. Oh, I was just a little late. Okay, but I think that's the right answer. Quick about it. Nice. Now y'all are just showing off. Now I can go through the opposite door. This is delightful. Interesting. Nice. Now I can pull the block over here. Very cool. It's got a wall at its max range, okay. Nice. I really want to see the CrossCode developers make Mario Maker levels. I love Celeste. I really did not like the Celeste Mario Maker stage. Okay. Gotcha. Oh yeah, a new DLC stage. Kitties, be nice to each other. Don't wrestle. There's a wall there blocking it, okay. I don't want to push over the edge, it's just bad, right? Fully resets it. I'm trying! I like how the natural design of the floating platforms like kind of rights the box when it touches the wall. And it makes sense physically that it would do that. Okay, why do I want that? Can I like push this thing? There's a reason that bridge extends out ever so slightly. Not because of that. That wasn't it. Hey Burner, how you doing? Okay, I think that's enough to block it, right? Oh, that's incredibly satisfying. Nice. Oh, I have to turn this block. Interesting. Well, that's an attack. If you shoot a special bullet through one of those walls, it still converts it to a regular elemental bullet. Light. Oh, I was like, why are there magnets in this room? You're pulling them out of their shell, basically? That makes more sense. So these guys seem like they're way too hard. I don't think they're meant to be. That's cool. Neat. Let's see. That's gnarly. Very specific bounce pattern. Okay, let's work backwards from the end. What are we trying to hit here? Doesn't involve a key. I don't have one yet. Was it touch every pillar, basically? I think that might be it. Okay. Normally I wouldn't be able to move the pillar fast enough in order to get it to bounce where I need it to, but because I have magnets, I can. Okay, let's try it. Let's set up its initial position first. That was incorrect. Now it's sped up because it traveled through the center, is that right? Which canceled out the hourglass effect. Not quite right. Whoops. I actually kind of like that it speeds up, because once it crosses the center like that, you're already wrong, right? May as well wrap it up faster. Very elegant. Oh man. There's a lot of delightful solutions in this dungeon. Big fan. Interesting. So there's a lot of golf holes, billiards pockets. This is the true mini golf RPG. Okay, so I've got to guess. That's kind of my guess. Can't shoot through this wall. Not like that. Not like that either. Golf pocket there. How do I get it to hit that magnet? Is the question. Any shot at all launches this thing, right? I can't like bounce off of it to get more lightning shots. It comes back the instant I launch it too. It's very tricky. Okay, that's definitely not right. I need it to hit here. Let me see if there's any elemental interactions. I don't think there are. So I can't move the starting point. If it was here, then I could launch at it. But I don't think I can adjust its course once I've hit it the first time. Maybe I can bank it there? No, because it doesn't follow the normal rules. There we go. That makes more sense. It was way less complicated than I was making it out to be. I need to like touch the side of this wall. Not that side. There we go. Cool. And the last step is easiest. Very cool. Now we're thinking with walls. Just love how robust these dungeons are. They're like Majora's Mask in a lot of ways. That one with long, cool dungeons. Alright, let's think here. The fact that I can jump over that is possibly relevant. I don't think this is going to work, but I want to test it. %, calculated. Like how this is kind of like a little machine in the corner here that prevents me from like trying to do it in a way that's unintended. I feel like maybe it's because I've been playing the game for 28 hours, or maybe they've changed something, but it feels like at this stage of the game they make it harder to like limp your way to the solution, you know? There's not any like weird ricochet jank that looks like it might be right but totally isn't right. They'll put a lot of controls to make sure that you only see the intended solution. I guess could be a bummer for some people that like janky solutions, but... Okay, so that activated that thing. It gets stuck in the billiards pocket. Oh, but I can just launch it like this, maybe? Cool. Now we gotta pull it over that way. Avoids the billiards pocket entirely. I know the little groove in the floor is able to block the blocks, but not the lightning ball. Smart. Sweet. They're weak against ice, these guys. Against ice and lightning. Don't merge together. Oh, I didn't realize I could cancel out of that. That makes a huge difference. Right, after you break them, they do like a super attack. And then they actually get weakened after that. I think this is my favorite dungeon in the game so far. I really like the lightning element. The other elements have been cool too. Okay, so that produces a block. Now you can stand on the block and that creates behaviors. Uh-huh. This should be aimable. Nice. Okay, do I want to get off it now is the question. Like, not yet. Maybe I do. Because I think I want to ride it to the exit. I don't have a lot of room to aim it though. You can just pull it around now though, right? Probably why you have the block in the corner to respawn it in case you fuck this part up. Yeah, I think this is wrong, but let me try stuff out really fast. Does it spawn a new block or does it despawn? Okay, despawns it. So I think we are having to ride the block across. But once I get to this point, I'm puzzled as to what my next step is. Precise ricocheting, maybe? Okay. Problem now is I really can't reach. It's the only angle I can hit that one at. I guess I can hit this one at different angles, but it's not very helpful to me right now. Oh, I bet this is it. Didn't realize I could launch over that thing. Okay. So it was a ricochet shenanigan. That was much less complicated than what I was trying. There we go. Now I have a shortcut to get back over here, presumably. Now I can force it to launch along a certain path, right? Cool. Alright, so I need to get one more zappy boy up in this corner here. Probably gonna have to be that one. Oh, that's what the thing is for, I see. Let me just wait here. Nice. I'm surprised they held back on standing on the pillars for that long. They really made sure you understood the pillars, you really put you on top of them. Alright. Gonna reset it through the third shot while the orb was traveling. Oh, there is a key thing here. Interesting. Oh, I see. I think I see. Perhaps I don't see. It's definitely not launchable normally. Oh. I guess when it touches the magnet, that's when we get in trouble. Shit's so satisfying. I love it. Oh. Okay. Go fast, but not that fast. Nice. Snack mix, and then there's a switch to leave at the end. You don't have to fall in the water. Cool. Alright, so these are both open now. Why does this matter? I mean, this is like the Uber puzzle room. Puzzle. I really like the magnet enemy. I feel like they're setting that up to be the actual boss fight. Final boss is probably going to be something to do with magnets. How do they work? I don't want to talk to a scientist. They've really come up with like just about everything they could possibly do with the break status effect. When I first saw break, I'm like, okay, certain enemies become weak after you hit them a bunch of times. It's like, oh, certain enemies become weak after you hit them at a specific time. Like, oh, certain enemies become weak after you perfect guard them, or after they become weak, they're not actually weak. They do a suicide attack and then they're weak. But lots of cool little ideas like that. Huh? What's the idea with this floor? Weird. I can launch that up, but that does me no good. One of those needs to be ice, and one of them needs to be lightning, right? Oh, interesting. I just realized that the pillar had a thingy on it. Now I need to do that, but with lightning? Okay. Gotcha. Can't rotate this magnet though, right? It stays lit. Okay, I've got to guess. I think it's start by doing all ice. Sure. Then this should pull that over. Oops. Okay, I'm like, what is this glowy thing on the ground? Now I know. Okay, this should open the door. Because you can see on the ground exactly what stuff does. The blue one turns this thing. This opens the door. This powers those guys. Okay. Fire, ice, and lightning, huh? Tricky, tricky. Thank you, ground art. Okay. That affects the direction of the magnets. Sure. Oh, I think I see. So I want to pull this one over. But now we still need to have them in a line so I can keep doing shit. Right, so now we do this. Oops. I want to pull this one over. But we still want them to be in a line. Oh, that one defaults to up? That's unexpected. Hold on, let me try lightning. That's what it is, okay. Now I should be able to solve both of them, I think. I love this game. Another show-off Uber puzzle. For sure. Sure, how's it going? Pretty well on my side. Enjoying this entirely bug-free dungeon. Fisher, okay. Yeah, I like how the ice dungeon was... Let's see, the fire dungeon was bug-themed. The lightning dungeon is fish-themed. It's got waves and water and a lot of other things as well. Leo, wait. Look how smug she looked. Infinite mobs, okay. Oh, that's a real break that time, okay. Ouch. That's an overload and death. Okay. Try again. This guy's hurt. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Get slime ads once I kill one of them, so I'm going to try to keep them alive for a minute. Where's the slime ads? Do not do a combo move. Super rude of you. Nice. Ow, dicks. I feel like that's a cool ability, but the aiming on it's kind of janky, right? It looks like it aims slightly below where I'm targeting, versus that one which aims exactly where I am looking. Get a real break after their fake break. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna die in this room. Oh, I see. It takes a really long time for it to travel to it. Maybe? No, maybe not. Okay, so I need to do 2 of them. Try to pop some region heals. I think I got it off in time. Oh no, I did. Just barely. There we go. Try to kill one before it resurfaces. Unsurfaces, dies, is what I'm looking for. Ow. That's one. It's quite a bit easier. Now I got anglerfish too. Gross. I wish I could re-aim it after it started the animation, that would help. Shit. Likes to teleport away from me after I do that initially. 12, huh? Kill you guys before you can stack up to be too many of you. Nice. Ouch. That was a cool fight. This is gonna give me the gold key, a radiant key. The final key. Nice. Now I can explore the whole game world. Hi Zane, how you doing? Shock mode. Lightning returns. Let's see, let me check out this new circuit board. Oh, there's an update coming out tomorrow? What are they adding to it? I didn't know that. Delayed lightning bolt. Small homing projectiles. I like that. Elemental overload. Multiple homing projectiles. I like chain lightning a lot. It's probably more idiot proof. New Game Plus, that's cool. This game is awesome. Makes sense that the dash arts would be cool. System needed to aim. I'm always a fan of that. Tesla twist. Attack this using multiple fast spin attacks within a small radius. Increase the resistance against the jolt condition, reduces its effect by 25%. Everything that lets me build jolt more on enemies, that would be really nice. Clock block. That's cool. Glitch time. Ooh. Reset everything, go back to iframes when dodging. Let's see, Tesla twist gives me defense and shock armor, attack and wave armor. I want more elemental overload slowdowns. Okay, I should be able to get it after a few more levels. Very cool. Nice. I love that these dungeons have you use the element before you actually have access to use it on command. It's a pretty smart way to do level design. I feel like I've done a couple Zelda dungeons that have been like that, where they've given you something that's like the item that you get at the halfway point of the dungeon. Alright, so this is complicated, but it doesn't need to be. Probably based on triggering magnets. Oh, there'd be a second one here. Why does that matter? Makes things complicated. Okay, so I think I have to trace out the path here before I screw with it. Let me start from the end. Yeah, bomb flowers before a bomb bag, exactly. Alright, so it needs to end here. What is this gate? The gate's connected to this guy, which means this thing has to be activated, probably. How many more big lightning balls do I have access to? Is this just a launch it straight forward type thing? Automatic portals before you get the portal gun. For sure. Okay, so it's going to be important to understand how I'm supposed to hit this thing. It probably involves the pillar, right? Oh man, that's complicated. And this one, as far as I know, doesn't have a checkpoint. So if we assume it's the pillar is here somewhere, and I launch this straight at the pillar, maybe? It loops around on the pillar without getting sucked into the billiards pocket. Alright, I think I just have to try it a couple times. This is a pretty nutty puzzle. It pulls it there automatically. Alright, so bounce, 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 bounce. But that time we don't want it there. But we want it there earlier than that. Okay. Bounce straight. Bounce, bounce, bounce. And then it would be dead under normal circumstances. Okay. The question is, what does this do? Oh. And unfortunately that is not permanent, I think. Okay. Got it. Thank God for the reset button. Okay. Hopefully we can solve this puzzle in the next 48 minutes. It's not so much solving it, the execution seems pretty tricky. Like, it's the timing's not that tight. It was too late already. I need to already have the gate down. But it looks like I have some time to get the gate down. That thing's down for several seconds. I can start doing it immediately there. Okay. I like how if I stand in front of it, I can use that to move me across a ways. Go there first. Launch. Launch. I'm already too late. Oh god, now what do I do? I already need to have down there. Okay. Launch. This is gonna feel really good when I finally do it. Oops. It's a little late. I gotta just get ahead of the thing, basically. There's a couple points I need it to bounce. It needs to bounce here. That's bounce point number 1 that matters. The next bounce point, I think, is here, maybe? Alright, here we go. what's next? Now I've got tons of time to get it in place, right? Oh, I can't reach that though. I don't think I'm just meant to push it. Oh, it's a ricochet? That's mean if that's what they want me to do. There's a reason there's a gate here. That can't be right. There's too many bounces. But I also can't get it to go the direction I need it to go. Oh, I think maybe it's this. Yeah. Good lord. And that's how I'm gonna hit the final thing. That's why I couldn't hit it with this. Okay, I think I know the answer. It's just really hard to execute, so I'll have to practice it several times. Okay. Shoot. You can actually start quite a bit further ahead than it looks like you can. That's why that one sticks around for so long. Oh shit, I'm supposed to hit that at that point? Alright, so I need to figure out how to make this wall go down. I thought it was going to be by hitting this, because I think... Oh, let's see. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. Yeah. Good lord. Okay. So we got like 95% of the way through. And learned something new. Oops, I shot it. I got a little bit too overzealous there. Too much zeal. Oh, it needs to be bouncing there longer. Yeah, alright. I didn't even realize that was happening before. I was just slow enough that I was doing it the right way the whole time on accident. Oh shit, it's already wrong. Let me check this really quick. Does it have to be here? Keep it from dumping? I have a quick second to shoot it into place. This is crazy. This is like the equal of any of the hardest like timing-based portal puzzles, if not a little bit harder. Okay. Launch. Ah, it was too late. Oh, do I not need to shoot? Do I not need to land that final shot against this thing at the end? Does the lightning hit it on its way to the coil? Okay. All right. So it would make an already hard thing even harder. This one I just want to shoot into this right wall. I'm just going to get it a little bit of an angle so it travels to that thing. Got it. Okay. Shit. Oh, go that way. I think I just have to hit it like this way. Okay, that'll make it go the way I want it to go. I don't think I want to use bullets on that thing. It's better to do it that way. Alright. We got it. That was a puzzle. Good lord. Top that game, jeez. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. These guys are weak against lightning? That's a pretty sweet attack. Kind of similar to Citron's ability. I can just zap him out from under the ground, that's convenient. Sort of. That's a fun attack. Can actually move during it. Like, that is an attack. Good God. Long hallway. Launcher things in the boss fight. Oh, really? Wonderful. It's a slime. That's cool. I see. Thought it was gonna be magnets, but this is cool too. Oh, I see. There's holes at the bottom of the screen. I didn't see them before. Die real quick. Cool mini boss. Okay, so there's separate switches at the bottom. Gotcha. Should be going for the break. Okay. Gotcha. Clever. Oh, that feels really good. Absurdly so. So Jolt causes them to occasionally stun and does damage over time, right? I need to put lightning pressure in order to trigger the break, it looks like. The stun is tied to the damage? Okay, that's cool. Oh, that sucks. Didn't realize I was that close to getting hit. Alright, let's try it again. I think I get this fight a little bit better. Rocket now. Phase 1's not so bad. Still pretty aggressive. If I can get far enough away from that ability, that's my chance to punish, I think. Pre-detonate those? I'm sure that's what was happening a second ago. 3 hits, of course. Jump, jump, jump. Two of those now. Got a little greedy there. It's just a little greedy. Aw, deflected at that time. I see. Nice. Phase change heal, very cool. Oh, it's cool, it gets smaller as he's got fewer. Now it just takes damage, okay. Still just 2, but his max range is decreased. AoE radius on that is decreased also. Ouch. That was a net heal. I'll probably just get a max range during that attack and nuke him down. That was a cool boss fight. Big fan. The canonical enemy. Achievement unlocked, yeah. Of course. Alright, I got 2. What was I picking up? Yeah, iframes. Got a ways to go until I can actually grab it, though. Oh, the Mario Kart boss music made me think that was a mini-boss, but that was the boss. It was great as a boss, too. So they wanted to wait for us. Water's sort of my element. That was one where I feel like I didn't get stuck for very long and they still beat me. There's a hidden timer that determines whether you beat them or not. They're not shorter, though, as far as I can tell. Just you know what you're doing better, maybe, or that they're more tightly designed so there's not ways to get stuck trying to limp your way to the solution. Everlasting circle, painting this world in the vivid colors of abundant flora. Under the pressure of deep waters, you stayed persistent, and lightning fast conduction. Huh. It felt just as long. I guess we skipped the mini-boss. Maybe that's the difference. I only thought that was a mini-boss because of the music and because the previous 2 dungeons had a mini-boss in the middle. Right. I guess they just front-loaded all of the... Maybe the puzzles don't work as well when you have free access to lightning. And they had more interesting ideas with you not having the free access, right? It'd be like, there's certain puzzles you can only do with bomb flowers that are broken by having bombs. So I think it was just that they front-loaded 80% of it as no element. Which I'm fine with. If they had more ideas there, then that's where they should center the puzzle design. Circuit override. The respec. Still have all the players sitting AFK at these statues. Okay. Circuits. See if I got fun new stuff behind the gates. I know that's later, isn't it? The Azure stage still have broken some walls, right? Oh, am I expected to eventually completely fill the entire central circuit? Starshade. Even if you get to max level. During normal play, it's not expected to happen. Diorbis, the ethereal god of creation, was born in the emptiness of the void. After pondering for aeons in solitude, his desire for company gave birth to the gods of shape. Goni is one of the gods, born to twin to Quinn, god of the hexagon, and the creator of the ever-flowing waters. I love shapes as a creative scaffolding. It's fun. Goni is the creator of the ever-flowing waters. They're pretty fun with the gods in this one. They're like, let's break with tradition on what the elements mean. Took water from the oceans and moved it into clouds floating high in the sky. Asked Quinn, twin sister and creator of wind and thunder, to move the clouds back to the land. Decided to move the clouds all over the place and let them rain right over the land. At first, Goni was furious watching the water being spread in this chaotic manner. That's cool. That's the lore in this game is great. Jaro and Diorbis witnessed the advancements of our kind, and they decided to send the message of the sky wrapped in an envelope of solid rock and ice. Jaro was concerned. His envelope was massive in size, and it could lead to great disaster if landed in the wrong spot. Cool. But aimed the envelope. Another dungeon finished. Underwater dungeon crawling. It's my favorite dungeon so far. Everything on one floor, no chasms to fall into. Perfect. Are we standing here again? Waiting for our last party member. Can't we just wait at the crossing? You know it's gonna be raining non-stop. Rain falls. Okay, dude. RP guy, AFK in the dungeon end room. Drop by the headquarters and say hello to Lynn and the others. That's Autumn's Rise. Probably upstairs. Leah, dear, it's good to see you again after all this time. I like that she's like the mom guildmaster. I've played with that person before. Good that none of it was Leah's intention. Of course not. There's never any doubt about that. Oh, look at that. Not everyone in the guild is dramatic. We've all been rather bummed about it. About the hugging of Lucas. Sorry. Maybe she just likes to hug people. Didn't come out of nowhere, though. Maybe being online with no way to contact her, especially over such a long time. I love that there's so much of the plot that flows naturally from Leah being unable to speak. Like, the characters are pretty good at trying to piece it together using yes and no questions sometimes, but sometimes they just can't know because it's just way too complicated of an answer. And I've played a lot of games and read a lot of books and watched a lot of movies where, like, it's important that certain characters be in the dark about something. And usually I'm just, like, yelling at the screen like, oh my god, you idiots. Like, Leon in Resident Evil 4, like, one of their own blood? What does that mean? Like, are you fucking kidding me, Leon? But here, it's like, they don't know what's going on, and it makes perfect sense. And you feel Leah's frustration in being unable to communicate to them. Shareholder named Ivan. Who's he talking about? Be careful when interacting with manifestations of instant matter. So, like, instant matter, some of it is actually real but fragile. Like, everyone, whether they're wearing goggles or not, can see Leah. but they can't see the spheres that she shoots, right? Some of that's virtual. This is not game design anymore. This is not the right experience. This is wrong. Interesting. Tell me my number this time. 1 Satoshi, 2 Shizuka, 3 Gotham, 4... Striking back when we saw him in Brilliant Wasteland. He didn't look like he was an avatar. He was a spitting image of how I remember him from real life. Is indeed not an avatar. Why would he even be here? They do a good job of having like an A-B plot going on too, so that if they need to leave something dangling, they have good reason to by having you interrupted with a direct link, right? Anyway, I don't know if this game is genius on accident. If like the people that put it together took classes on this sort of a thing, but I played a lot of indie games that are not this well put together and directed when it comes to storytelling. A lot of indie games are fun and have some really cool ideas, but if people are lacking in one space, it's usually storytelling. And if they succeed in storytelling, they're usually not making an amazingly, tight mechanical game at the same time. It's usually one or the other, but not both. I guess this game is definitely the product of a team of people, right? It's not like, one crazy developer that's been working on it for 10 years. Really should go after I beat it. I've been trying to avoid Googling it because I don't want to accidentally spoil myself in anything. But once we finish it and we unlock the wiki, I'm excited to read about the history of how the team that made this got together, why they made it, who they marketed the Kickstarter to. It's not an obvious sell. It's not like, oh, it's another Castlevania game by Igarashi. They're just not going to call it Castlevania. You're like, oh, okay, that's obvious who that's for. I can probably get the broken deck now. Explore this place with the lightning element. Let's see. Go to the areas I haven't been to yet. What's the next zone? Really match the description. You're not the seeker to solve the problem with the shed? It's Dr. Lucretia? First, the shed are a tad off in their thesis. The power plant is the root cause for the strange infestation. Or that's meant to be a Final Fantasy VII nod. Bye. Oh, or we get the shock and wind temples back to back. I think they mentioned that earlier, but I didn't realize that's what it was. This is what I was kind of expecting when we went back to the Autumn's Rise tile set with Autumn's Fall. But it was they wanted to do 4 huge expansive zones, and they were like, shit, we kind of have to wrap it. And they made it make sense in the story that the gods are twins, so that their temples are in the same place. I don't think it's short on content. But it's kind of like, the Act 3 return to Ashina in Sekiro. It's still great content. It just feels like shit. We gotta reuse some assets here. We can't keep making new places. Guy's Garden is the biggest zone in the game, and that makes sense based on what we've seen. It's probably easier to make one huge zone with one theme than to make two smaller zones with two entirely different themes and different tile sets and stuff. Even though they don't do a lot of like tile repetition in this. It's fun to try to keep an eye out for like how the end game wraps and whether it sends you back to places you've been or surprisingly subverts the formula to that point to wrap things sooner than you'd expect. I think Gabe Newell's right that like every game you've ever seen is a product of choices that were made to remove things that they wanted to be in the game. Like there is no game that exactly matches the original vision of the developer. They always have to cut something to make it happen. Okay, so I've got that unlocked. Let's see where else I can go. Can't go straight up. Spooky mushrooms in the east and rain in the west. This guy, like lightning damage? No, he does not. Cool. Interesting, like I don't think he's weak against lightning, but it definitely triggers his break without having to be at a specific time. It's a little bit later than I would think it's going to be. Infested marshes north, and there's another exit to the northeast, it looks like. Same thing with them, it looks like. We still don't want to be close to them. Okay, when they're in that mode, they take no lightning damage, though, so I can use that to break them, it looks like. But so I missed it, and I don't think the game gives you an in-game reminder of your current main quest task. Maybe it's in the journal somewhere. Hold up. Yeah, here we go. God, that's a hell of a summary. That's what happened in the real world. So just so I know for next session, where does the game want me to go next to progress the main story? I missed what it said earlier. I went there and then I got a call that was like, hey, didn't you want to do this with your allies? Maybe I need to meet them at the guild or something? That's where I left off though, which is why I'm puzzled. Oh, can I do that? Oh, okay. I've had a lot of free opportunities to do that. So far, it's generally been scripted when they join. That's cool. Alright. how do I get across up here? Probably down, left, and then up. Further down and then up, maybe? Even further down? No way. So how or can I go left here? Let's see. I don't think so. Wait, there it works. No scientific facts about blobs for me. Yeah, I guess whenever there's a circle like this, I can never tell which side they want me to start on. That's where I get stuck. This feels unintentional if this is the way you're supposed to get down there. Yeah, it's so close, right? If I could move it a pixel to the right there without it getting stuck on the wall. Does anyone know if there's another way for me to get through here? This is probably what we're supposed to do. Okay. Oh, I didn't see the camera move down like that. I thought that was just because I was holding the button down there. Yeah, that makes sense. I can look down and see what it actually looks like down there. That was promising in terms of angle. Shame this game isn't popular enough to really have a speedrunning community, because I bet the speedruns for this would be nuts. It's a crazy tech. Probably a bunch of like glitchless sequence breaks. I have no idea how to get this in there. The reason I'm here is I'm trying to go do the side quest for the dad guy. Trick lets you keep playing as she's covered in the opening scene. Wow. That's crazy. Maybe it's through here since that thing's already turned on. And that's like a glitch, right? Oh, perfect. Yo, looking for you for a minute. Seekers are so cool, and I've never worked with one. Okay, that's probably a good stopping point for next time. Okay, so future Marstead. Several things. You've got a quest to do here. You've got plenty more areas in the Garden of Tranquility to explore. Now that you have a party, you can go to the second dungeon by warping to the rite of passage and going east. So that's going to be your main goal. You actually might want to do that sooner rather than later. I mean, you can probably do this side quest right in front of you, but I think that this whole area has progression elements that use both the lightning and the wind abilities. So you might want to finish the Zervitar dungeon so that you have both abilities to explore the rest of the zone. And that'll be it. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll let you guys know what's coming up next. This game is crazy good. I like it so much. I'm so glad it ended up on Chaos Factor's 24-hour stream, or I never would have heard of it.